Oh man, that was a crazy story by Alex. Dude, I think that's the last of them. We should probably start editing all this stuff.
Wait, Michael, don't you have a story to tell?
Oh, actually, I do. So it was about 2 years ago, and I had gotten a huge job from a vendor that I had a long-standing contract with in California, engraving these really thick stainless steel plates. There were hundreds of them, and the way they would ship me these plates is they wanted to have them manufactured and then they would ship me the blanks. And some of them were like 7 inches by 7 inches. Other ones were like 8 inches by 2 inches, but they were data plates that go on machine. The way they would ship them was, instead of like having them done professionally, I think they were buying like these 2 millimeter thick, maybe 1.5 millimeter thick steel plates, and then having their buddy next door cut them with a shear. If you don't know what a shear is, it's just this giant blade that chops the metal to the size that you need it. So the drawback of that is that usually when they're chopped like that, they're left with razor sharp edges on every side. And you can deburr them or smooth them down, but this company never bothered to do that. But I kind of got used to it over the years. I was just like, oh, here comes another box of extremely sharp razor blade plates. So I had known this is how they come. I've dealt with these shards placed before. I never had anything happen. I had been up all night before trying to get this order out the door. There were hundreds of plates, and each plate needed a different serial number and a bunch of other data. And I knew that I had to get these out the next morning to FedEx so they'd arrive on time, but I still had like 8 more plates. The process for doing these was sometimes I would use the fiber laser if they were the small plates, but on the larger plates, since my laser lens and power couldn't cover that whole 7-inch by 7-inch, I would use the CO2 laser and use Brilliance laser ink and do a permanent black mark, which you've heard me talk about before. So the process is you spray the plate down, let it dry, and then engrave the engraving on the plate. And then the last step is that you take it over to the sink and wash the rest of the powder off. And that's where I got into a little bit of trouble. So that morning, because I was in such a rush, I chose not to put on my work boots, and I decided to just eat a quick breakfast and come down into the shop in my sandals, which is something I usually never do, but I wasn't really thinking. I was in a rush. And so I was down here engraving those big, thick, sharp steel plates with sandals on. And then I was over at the sink washing them off. And I remember being kind of irritated that I was in such a rush. I was also kind of sleepy. Maybe I only had like a half a cup of coffee. But at one point, one of the plates, as I was finished rinsing it off, slipped out of my hand outside of the sink. And I just remember everything kind of went into slow motion because I knew right where that giant, heavy, sharp plate was going. It was going right towards my foot, and it was like it went slow motion and then all of a sudden really fast, and I moved my foot out of the way as fast as I could, but it wasn't fast enough. And that plate pretty much almost chopped off my small toe. And when it hit my toe, I remember looking down and seeing the cut that it had made on my toe. And it wasn't bleeding yet. It was just a nice, clean, deep cut. But I knew that the moment I took a step in any direction, that toe was going to release lots of stuff that I didn't want all over the shop. So I very calmly, because I believe in having a first aid kit mounted on the wall in the shop, kind of walked very slowly over to my first aid kit. I calmly didn't want to look at my toe. I calmly opened it up and I grabbed some gauze, and a little bit of cleaner, even though I knew this plate was pretty clean. And by the time I had looked down at my toe, sure enough, it was starting to gush some blood all over the floor. And so I started wrapping it up very calmly. I didn't freak out. I wrapped my toe like a mummy, basically, as much as I could. I put it really tight, and I just opened the door because I work from home, and I yelled upstairs, "Hey, I almost cut my toe off. I'm going to urgent care. I'll be back in a little bit." So that's exactly what I did. I hopped right in the car. I went to urgent care, and sure enough, when I got there, the doctor said that you cut your toe pretty bad. It was about 3 or 4 millimeters deep, and he said you just missed the tendon by just a little fraction of an inch, and you got really lucky. And he proceeded to do his thing and numb up my foot and give me some stitches on my toe. So that was a pretty horrific morning for me, and I have to say that ever since then, I have never made the mistake of wearing open-toed shoes or sandals in my shop again, because it's not just the lasers you have to worry about. There's other things in here that can hurt you. So now I follow my own toe covering workplace safety protocol every time I go. And I just want to say thank you to everyone who's been watching these episodes. It's been super fun. This was just a fun project that I really wanted to do for Halloween, and I want to thank everybody who participated. Emily, Justin, Anthony, you guys have been great. And everybody who's been commenting and watching, I hope that you have a wonderful Halloween. And until next time, we'll see you around on Laser Engraving 911.